Hello, Internet. Welcome to episode 3 of Verbal Graffiti with your host, Brian Glass. We're back at it again, and my t shirt smells. I've always had this problem where I sweat a lot, so after a while, my t shirts get a permanent stink. Why am I sharing this with you? Okay, let's just get into the episode. I found a subreddit. This one is from wow, my phone is not opening. Hold on. Thank you. I'll try to post it here from the weird subreddit. How my boyfriend cuts his toenails with a fun little emoji. Ooh, few things infuriate me more like a person who cuts their toenails in public. I said in episode 1 that I judge people by their appearance and actions, and this guy is wearing cargo pants with a little cross on his forearm, clipping toenails out of an apartment complex. I know everything. I know who this guy is with this one action alone. He has no care for his fellow human being. You know who he is? This is a guy who goes to the grocery store and goes in the 10 and under line with like 25 items. And then he'll go to the parking lot and he won't put his cart back where it belongs. And then he'll get on the highway, and you know that those off ramps, there'll be a traffic jam, and then you have that asshole who goes to the fast lane and cuts everybody off so he doesn't have to wait in traffic. That is this guy right here. You know, and I know he does that. And what it does is, I've had this working theory for about the last 5 years in America so in America, I think it's crazy that you need to be convicted of a crime to go to prison. Personally, I feel that bar is way too high. Now, I think we have too many people in prison, but this guy, for clipping his toenails, he deserves to be penalized. And he deserves worse in prison. Now, I'm against the death penalty, so I do not want him to be, put in front of a firing squad or electric chair. I've been on a big history kick of late. I've been listening to a lot of long form history, especially World War II, U.S. military podcasts. So what I want to do is, if we ever get to a point where we could have a time machine, I want to put this toenail clipping asshole, I want to send him back to Eastern Poland and put him in the 1839 in the court square when the Red Army from the USSR are invading, and have them have their way with this, whatever the fucking toenail clipper, all right? Because I don't know if you know how the Red Army acted, but basically they would throw boiling water on people. They would, all the women, they cut off their breasts, the guys cut off their genitals, and then they'd send them to the gulags if they survived. What I want the Red Army to do to our guy right here is, I want them to take, again, I don't advise torture, but if we have a time machine, hands off with this guy. So I want the Red Army members, to take a nail and then put it right here and just hammer it between his nails so he can learn his lesson, and then send him to the gulag and don't let him back here. Guys like that do not deserve to live in the 21st century. The fact that he clips his nails out an apartment window, that's not only an indictment on him, it's an indictment on his parents, his siblings, and his extended family, because they did not teach this boy how to be a man. Okay? His parents, when they die, they don't deserve a tombstone. No. And all his family members that are already dead, we should go destroy their tombstones, dig up their body, and throw their caskets into the Amazon River so that the snakes and alligators can eat their dead bodies. Okay, do it Game of Thrones style. Just take the body, throw it in the ocean, and then go marry somebody else. I can't. Sorry, I spent a lot of times on the New York subway, and I see people clipping their nails all the time. And he's that guy. I despise him. I cannot believe there are people like that who walk around without shame. And the girlfriend, sorry, dude. You're in the wrong too. The fact that you let this guy in your apartment, you deserve the worst in life. I hope that either this guy or a future boyfriend has a micro penis, never goes down on you, and when you come home, he gives you no attention because he's spending all his time playing Call of Duty or whatever bullshit PSA 5 game is in vogue at the moment. You don't deserve love. You don't deserve torture, but you do not deserve love. Ugh. All right. So yeah, basically this guy's an asshole. Let's go to a segment now. A lot of people in the red pill community tell me women love bad boys. Well, today I'm going to find out how bad I can be. I'll lean where I want to lean. Lean back. Wait for it. I'm not buying anything. I pee where I want to pee. Well, I think I broke 5 or 7 laws today. A couple felonies I couldn't even put on camera. In the immortal words of Scott Hall, bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Go suck a fat one. My goal this segment is not to touch my face, not to say the word like, and avoid using Let's see how I do. This one's a bit of a long one, so bear with me, but I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, this comes from the subreddit Am I Wrong by author Arthur-Reborn. Was I wrong not to sleep at a house with a bunch of 23-year-old girls? I'm a 40-year-old male with a wife and small child. Well, I'm glad your child is small and not large, and I'm sure your wife's vagina is happy for that too. Let's keep going. I drive about 40 minutes each way to from work from our house in a smaller town in a city in Wisconsin. I'm an insurance monkey at a hospital clinic, no one actually important there. A few weeks ago, we had that giant snowstorm that turned our roads everything to white. It was so bad that my clinic actually closed a few hours early. In the 6 years I've been there, that was the first time that had actually happened. Okay, sir, get to the point. One of our receptionists is a 23-year-old finishing her last year at college. She was nice enough to invite me to crash at her place only 10 minutes away from the clinic. Her and her roommates were planning on getting smashed during a bad B-movie marathon since everything was closed. Now, I'm a chubby, balding, middle-aged man with a mediocre job and a personality that many would describe an acquired taste. There are pretty much zero chance of anything unseemingly happening, but I prefer to just avoid it altogether rather than risk the appearance of something fishy going on. So instead, I did my usual 40-minute drive home, doing 25 to 30 miles per hour on a 70-mile-per-hour interstate with questionable at best tires. It took me an hour and a half to get home, but I made it. My wife was scared for me, but happy I made it home. A couple days ago, I told her about the offer of one of my coworkers made for me to crash at her place and why I declined. She said she would have much preferred I was someplace safe rather than having to worry about me making it home alive. I asked her if she wasn't worried about me spending the night with a bunch of mid-20s girls. She did a laugh, snort, and just walked away. This hurt my pride a bit, I will admit. So was I wrong to not take my coworker's offer up to crash at her place for the night? Oh, I touched my face. My bad. Okay. Based on your response and the time in which you wrote it, which was nearly 2 weeks after this event, I'm going to say you made the right choice. You're clearly not Bunk from The Wire. You're not going to burn all your clothes in a bathtub and then go work a 12-hour shift like nothing ever happened. What makes me angry is what all the commenters on this post said. They all said you should have stayed with the girl, or you should have called your mom, or got a hotel room, or that nothing fishy would have happened. They're all wrong, okay? Uh, this is one thing I've learned getting older, now that I'm pushing 40, is when somebody dates someone and there's a decade gap, younger or older, that's the first thing you think about and you bring up. I was kind of seeing a girl last summer, and the first thing she told me about her ex was that he was 30 years her senior. And then Monday night, I was doing stand-up comedy, and there was a 37-year-old comic who was talking about his girlfriend, and you guess it, the first thing he said about her was, "Oh, my 22-year-old girlfriend." That's just the way it is, okay? So that's in your head. But where everyone, that was a disclaimer. But the point I want to make here is the reason why you wrote this is because that feeling you have in your gut, that's right. This 23-year-old receptionist wanted to fuck you, okay? She couldn't have made it any more clear, okay? She said she was going to watch B-level Keanu Reeves movies and get smashed drunk while doing so. Okay. She didn't say, "Oh, we're going to have a bottle of red and a bottle of white. And I have a air mattress we could blow up for you. Or my roommate's going to stay at her boyfriend's during the storm and you could sleep on her bed." No, she wanted to get smashed with you. That was an invitation to fuck and you blew it. Okay. I said, okay, my bad. Another thing I wasn't supposed to do here. The only way, she was basically just saying, "Hey, come over and ravage my body." The only way your receptionist could have been more clear is if she had went to the office restroom, taken off her panties, and come out and handed them to you. And this is why you wrote the post. It's because it's all you could think about. I guarantee you, when you've been masturbating since then, your receptionist is the one you've been thinking about. Because when you get older, when you get 40, these opportunities don't arise very often. I'm well aware of this, okay? The chance to have sex with a college student, it's not like a packet of soy sauce thrown in a bag with your General Chow chicken. It just doesn't happen. And you blew it. And it's eating away at your soul. I mean, you did the right thing. You're a good guy. But when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to be looking at your wife all happy that you made the right decision. You're going to be thinking about what could have been with that receptionist. And the reason why you also blew it is because she's not going to be in the office 6 months from now, okay? She's going to graduate, sleep her way to the top of whatever corporation she's at, and you wouldn't have to deal with the inter-office politics because she's not going to be there. The thing about this post that bothers me the most, other than your regret, is your wife's response. All right, she laughed and just walked away without any jealousy. That right there is a big key that there's a problem with your marriage that you need to fix. Because one thing I know about relationships is the first inclination that your girlfriend thinks that there might be another woman who's interested in you, the first thing they all usually do is they'll go to Instagram, become a private investigator, and find out who that girl is and judge her looks compared to her own. And the fact that your wife didn't even care enough to know this babe's name, you need to work on yourself, sir. What you need to do is start doing some squats. I feel like you've given up on life. The way you described yourself, you said you're balding, you're middle-aged, you're chubby. Well, lose some weight, find a job you like, become a better man that your wife will be attracted to and will get jealous when other women, younger, hotter college students, eye you in your wife's presence. Not saying you want that to happen, but you should want to be a better person. You're only halfway through life. Don't give up. All right. Right now, I could be watching football right now. No, but I'm here right here in the bunker making content, trying to improve my life, my standing. You should be doing the same thing. Take a page out of my book. Maybe not. No, don't take a page out of my book. But find a zest for life. Ugh. Till next time, go suck a fat one.